Hey everyone, and welcome to Fascia Week. I am so excited to be kicking off the third week of FAM, Preventative Health Awareness Month, Movement and Mobility Week, with some education on fascia. I have been a fascial stretch therapist and now specialist since 2013, and I have seen it grown to the point where when I first started, barely anybody knew what fascia stretch therapy was to now moving into 2026. It's becoming more recognized, more popular. Although there are still many people that don't know what fascia stretch therapy is, what the benefits of taking care of your fascia is. So that's why I'm here today to give you a little bit of a lesson, a 101 fascia lesson. Pardon this ring of fire. I don't know where that's coming from, but we're just going to go with it. So there's just 6 areas that I wanted to focus on. So the first is, what is fascia? What are the benefits of fascia? How does fascia interact with the entire body? Nutrition and hydration of fascia, the stretching and mobility piece, as well as the strengthening and stability of fascia. So first off, I wanted to start off with what exactly is fascia stretch therapy. So fascia stretch therapy is an assisted stretch done on a massage table, done by a therapist, a certified therapist, where our goal is to increase the space in your joints, quite simply. So by increasing the space of your joints using techniques such as traction, oscillation, circumduction, push and press, there's PNF modifications. We want to open up that joint. So when we open up the joints of the body, everything can move better. So you have better circulation, you have better movement of the tendons and the ligaments within the joint, and that's why you get that relief of tension, pain, discomfort, all of those things. So first off, what is fascia exactly? So fascia is a connective tissue in the body. Now it is proven to be the largest sensory organ in your body. So that's why it's highly connected with your nervous system and how you can down regulate your nervous system from sympathetic to parasympathetic system in order for you to get into that rest and relaxation piece. If you were to look at it under a microscope, it would look like spider webs in your body. Okay, so it's a thin material tissue in your body. It covers everything in your body. So it's involved with every system, every tissue in your body. I also kind of describe it as if you were to take a sausage and you look at that outer casing, that thin outer casing, that's what fascia looks like. And that's what it feels like. It's that kind of thin, kind of mucousy type tissue. Okay, second part, benefits. So there are many benefits to taking care of your fascia and in getting involved in fascia stretch therapy, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So when we look at physically, the obvious benefits of it is that you release tension, you can decrease pain, you can get better circulation, you get better sleep, your digestion improves as well. When we're looking at mental, because it can be a calming type therapy where we're down regulating your nervous system. It can help down regulate your mental capacity in the sense that it actually helps you to be calm and relaxed. In terms of emotional, I've had tons of emotional releases on my table. I personally have had emotional releases when I've gone to my courses and have had other sessions with other therapists. We hold a lot of our emotion in our fascia, in our body. So when we're able to relax, which what this therapy does, it allows you to get into that parasympathetic nervous system. We can start to release some emotion that's been trapped in our body as well. And then in terms of spiritually, you can really get into a deep kind of meditational state in the treatment as well if you allow yourself to get to that point. But it's just the physical, like I said, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual benefits of fascia stretch therapy. I can have so many testimonials from my clients that can attest to that. All right, let's move on to how does it interact with the entire body. So like I had mentioned earlier, it is involved in every tissue in your body, every system in your body, your muscular system, your skeletal system, your digestive system, your collagen, your ligaments, your tendons. It's involved in all of that. So when you put a focus on the health of your fascia, it can affect all of these other tissues and organs and systems in your body. So that leads me to the next point, which is hydration and nutrition. So how do we take care of fascia? So hydration is huge. We are water-bodied humans. So we are made up of 60 to 70% water. Fascia is no different. So the first piece is making sure that you're getting enough water in, and that's going to be different depending on the individual. But if you want to layer on and take it to the next level, adding electrolytes is huge. It makes such a huge difference in your fascia health, but also in your overall health. We are all deficient in minerals, and what electrolytes do is they increase the minerals in your body. They actually help you to absorb water better. So even if you don't change the amount of water that you intake, by taking the proper electrolytes, you can actually your cells will actually absorb more of the water that you're putting into your body. So what you drink, what you put in your body, your nutrition, avoiding processed foods, alcohol as much as possible, and just nourishing yourself with whole foods is going to help with that fascia health as well. Stretching and mobility. So that's my jam when you come to sit or lay on my table, is getting you a fascial stretch therapy session. So whether it's with me or another fascia stretch therapist, fascia loves to be stretched. There are certain techniques that we use to allow the fascia to feel safe and comfortable so that you are able to increase that safe space or that range of motion. I call it the comfort zone. It's a pain-free treatment for the most part. You're going to feel a stretch awareness, but our goal is to down-regulate your nervous system to allow the fascia to relax so that we can get more range of motion in those in your joints. And then combined with life stretch. So I'm also certified in life stretch. So that's a guided stretch class kind of style where we actually stretch the fascia in the proper way. So there's a lot of different stretching techniques out there. But a lot of them miss some key factors and some key movements that actually take it to the next level and allow you to actually feel the difference a lot longer. So adding in diagonals, adding in rotations are really, really important for the fascia, and moving along the fascial line, not just focusing on the area where you may feel it in terms of, for example, like a lot of people come to me with low back pain or shoulder pain, but we look at it as a holistic approach. I look at all the fascial lines that cross the area that might be affected, and then we do appropriate stretches to relieve the tension, pain, stress in that area. And then lastly, the strength and stability. So this is the next piece. So once your joints are mobile, once they are flexible, once they feel good, you're pain-free. Now we need to add the second piece to the health of a joint, which is the strength and stability. So there is a certain way, a particular way to train your fascia. Just like muscle, fascia needs to be trained in a certain way so that now that you've mobilized it, now you can actually strengthen it and get even to that next level of performance, moving daily without any pain, and doing things in a way that is not going to cause any injury. And there's, like I said, there are certain ways to train fascia properly so that you are adding that. So not only are you stretching it in a certain way, now you're going to move the body in a certain way and adding that resistance piece to it so that you have that total joint health, which is the combination of mobility and stability. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's just a really, really brief overview of Fascia 101. There's so many different components that go into it. The important piece of it is that I have to look at it one-on-one, individual by each person, and then that way you can come up with a program or a plan that's suitable for where you are currently at in terms of your mobility and your stability, health of the joints. So hope that helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And I hope you enjoy Fascia Day. There's going to be lots of information coming out throughout the day, and hope that opens up your world to incorporating fascia training into your overall wellness plan.